Oh well, y'all can see me. I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm still in my pajamas. Hello everyone. Welcome to Eccentric. My name is Josie. If this is your first time here, welcome. Today I'm going to do an energy update. Please excuse the echo. I did not realize this room echoed so much. I decided to do an energy update because of the people issues that you are probably experiencing out in the world. So I'm going to run through a lot of things that may or may not be happening in your life just to give you some tips and pointers on how to handle this energy. Okay. Today is Eclipse Day. Yay! January 10th, 2020. Okay. So between 10, look, hold up. I said today was Eclipse Day. Is it the 11th or the 10th? I'm sure it's the 10th. Y'all just give me a second. January. And you can tell me in the comments if you wish. Um, but because the moon cycles and everybody wanting to be uber correct and stuff, you know, I don't really care too much. You feel it. You feel the energy like 3 days. Yeah, it's the 10th through the 11th. Okay. So I'm going to call today Eclipse Day. Okay. I just got over myself. Y'all bear with me because I really didn't want to do this. I didn't have any intention on doing this energy update. And a lot of y'all can probably feel me when I say that because, like, there's a lot of stuff you don't feel like doing. Everything seems really extra hard or a lot of work, and you're really thinking, like, should I even get into this type situation? That is what's happening right now, okay, with a lot of people. So, with the eclipse being in Western sign Cancer, okay, and I'm going to deal with the Western signs since that is what everybody mainstream understands. You're dealing with ancestry, okay? You're dealing with your home environment, your feelings, your inner foundation, okay? You're dealing with making decisions that have to do with where you live, how you feel about your life, period. you know, Dealing with anything that may have happened in your childhood, dealing with family issues, like all of that stuff is coming up right now. Okay. And let's see what because I just have to look. I don't know why I have to look. If it's in Cancer, depending on the degrees, it could be the same for both. Um, Across the street from this eclipse is all of these planets in Capricorn. And everybody's been talking about the Pluto Saturn conjunction. I'm not going to get into any of that, okay? Um, I'm going to talk about the energies the way that I normally do. And I'm going to just kind of flow with it. Because right now, like with Saturn energy, there's a lot of the past coming up. Not in a mercurial way, not like retrograde, but Saturn energy brings up anything that has been long term or will be long term. So you may be reevaluating relationships with people that you've been friends with for double digit years. Or you may be in a relationship right now where you're having to face facts that it's not going to change and you might have to leave even though you've been in for like 15 years. Okay. All of these things are coming up and they're coming up in a very deep way because we're talking about your inner foundation. We're talking about foundations being destroyed, Pluto, and then being rebuilt. This can look like all kinds of things. People moving out, people breaking up, people deciding to leave jobs and start businesses, people losing their business, um, deciding that it wasn't lucrative enough. Um, it can be all kinds of stuff happening right now. Realizing what dreams were attainable, and where you've been beating a dead horse. Okay? There's a lot of people and relationship problems happening right now because of the illusion of control. Okay? Wherever you thought that you had control in your life is now kind of gut checking you. When you thought that you could handle certain things. Oh, I've been having issues in my marriage for like 5 years, but that's what marriage is all about. You got to work through it. I can handle this. And then one day you wake up and realize, I can't do this. I can't. And you're in a panic, because all that energy built up from you not, making a decision and taking action on it, knowing that your inner self is screaming, do something, we're dying. Whatever your soul has been wanting. I don't care if you want to open a bakery, fix bikes for a living, whatever. If you've been suppressing that, if you've been suppressing anything that your soul needs or wants, you're probably in a crisis right now because you're having to face that suppression, face all of that built up energy where you knew what you wanted to do, you knew what you needed, but you didn't go after it. You didn't let go of what you needed to let go in order to go after it. You didn't make room for anything new. You just sat there saying, I know, but you didn't do anything. Well, Capricorn, that energy is not going to let you just sit there anymore. It's going to say, you know what, get your life together, or I'm going to get it together for you. That's what's happening with the energy right now. Get your life together. And when I say your life, don't be looking at other people and telling them what to do. And don't be looking at all the problems you have with whatever material you have. No, when I say get your life together, I mean your connection with source. Get your emotions in check. Get yourself together and start having those moments of self honesty. Ask yourself the hard questions. Do you really want this? It's been 15 years. Do you really want this? Is this something you want? And for those of you who have new beginnings happening, because this is very important, I've noticed a lot of people are talking about how hard it's going to be and all of this crisis and fear energy and this control energy. But for some of us, there are miracles happening. There are major manifestations happening, and you are in a position where you have to decide, is this situation that seems too good to be true actually too good to be true? Or is this my opportunity to show what I got? Yeah, it's going to take some work, but you have to know if things are for you, if people are for you. And the only way you're going to know it is if you're truthful with yourself and if you're connected to source energy within you. Okay? Not looking outside of yourself, asking all kinds of people, places, and things questions. Okay? Right now, it's all about you, what you want, what you're willing to do to get what you want, what you're willing to let go of to get what you want. There's different levels of letting go of control. It could be mentally, it could be emotionally, it could be physically letting go and putting somebody else in the position that you were in because they're better suited, because it's actually something they love. Think about the things that you have done that were outside of your soul's calling. Did you do something on the behalf of someone else because you felt like you had to? Did you do something just because of how much money you were going to make? What have you done up until this point that you really were not inside of yourself when you did it? It wasn't for you. It wasn't for your joy. You didn't really love it. You did it because maybe you have kids and you were trying to be there for your kids. You did it because you needed money or you were thinking about how much money you were going to make. You did it for whatever reason outside of yourself because this group of people needed you to do it. But it wasn't really your space of joy. It wasn't your love and your decision. Think about those things. Think about how you got into some of these things that you're questioning. If you did not do it because you wholeheartedly wanted to, that's why it's coming up. And spirit is literally like giving you a second chance. Seriously, like there's a second chance going on right now. Okay, you did this. You might have did this, for someone else, or this might not have been your idea. So I'm giving you a chance to make this right. Are you ready to detach from this now? Since you realize now that you've done something that wasn't in alignment with your soul, and then you stayed to try to make it valid, and it still didn't work. Like there's this opportunity right now to do something different if what you have already done or you're already doing is no longer serving you. There's some situations where things and people or situations were serving you, but they were supposed to be temporary. And y'all know Capricorn don't like it. Capricorn energy don't like it when you try to take something temporary and make it permanent. Capricorn will call you out in a heartbeat. You what? No, because what y'all need to understand about Capricorn energy is it thinks long term. Capricorn energy will look at you and be like, no, I don't want this person part of my business because they're temporary. Like it just knows what's temporary and what's long term. It knows. So there was a lot of people trying to make temporary situations permanent, and now you're seeing where these things happen, and now you have to decide, do I want to go ahead and try again and maybe find a space that is permanent? Find someone that is permanent, create room for somebody that's permanent to come in, move to this other job that is a more permanent position instead of being, continuing to be somewhere that I'm just milking and I'm nervous because I could get fired any day. You're looking for more solid foundations right now. You're realizing that there are some things that are rickety, that are just beyond repair, because you've already been through the stage of trying to repair it and it broke again. You know what I'm talking about. Now you're looking for something that was built from the beginning, solid. Okay, even if you have to build it yourself, because that's that work that needs to be put in. It doesn't matter whether you're manifesting great things right now that are positive and happy and joyful. There's still work involved, but you cannot run away from that work. So for those of you who are, law of attraction superstars right now, don't turn something down, or don't run away from something just because there's work involved. Because there's some of you that are dealing with guidance. You may be pulling your own cards. You may be talking to psychics and things like that. And the cards and spirit and your body on a cellular level, on a soul level, is saying yes, yes, yes. But then when you get to the situation and you start talking and doing all the 3D stuff you have to do with paperwork and negotiations, the moment that you see something that's not right, you want to throw everything away. Oh, well, this person is not easy to deal with, so maybe this is not for me. You'll start to second guess all of the excitement you had, all of the joy that you had, you'll start to second guess yourself just because of that one aspect compared to the big aspect. the whole situation. So don't let certain things like delays or miscommunications or anything like that deter you from going after what you manifested and making that stuff work. Capricorn is that, $5 out of 15 cents situation. A lot of this energy speaks of investment. So you're going in knowing that you have to invest energy, time, money, whatever. You already know that you're investing. So don't, just because things are not the way that they're supposed to look at as the end result, doesn't mean you can't start, doesn't mean that you should walk away from it, because it's everything that you asked for. There's going to be some imperfections, but you have to be able to work through them and be adaptable. Okay, you got to see things as an investment right now, and there's this whole clean slate. Hey love, how you doing? You have this whole clean slate. Don't even get me started on the 22 energy. This is a master number year. Do not let fear stop you from going after what you asked for. Because there's a lot of situations right now where people are freaking out because their manifestations are showing up and showing up big. And they never experienced that before. Don't run from it, because then you would be making a choice. Hey Sarah, nice. You would be making a choice to stay in the crap that you've been in. You see what I mean? And having to make that work and put more effort and more whatever into that. Your choices don't matter just as long as you make one. Capricorn respects you deciding something and taking action. But it's no guarantee that if you stay in the situation that you already knew was jacked, that you're going to be able to turn it around, because a lot of these situations you're dealing with other people. Some of you, and I get this message in real time, y'all, so bear with me. Some of you are dealing with situations where you may not even have to get rid of people, places, and things. You may have to just change your location or just change certain aspects of a situation. Right now, it's very important that you have that knowing. This is why I'm telling y'all, you gotta be connected to source, because even when you read tarot cards, sometimes it will throw you off. Okay? Sometimes you have to go with how you are literally feeling, and this is why this eclipse is really putting your emotions in check, because you have to be sure, no matter what tools you use to get guidance, you're the one that has to make the final decision. Capricorn is all about authority, and you are the authority. And whatever choice you make, own it. Own the choice you make. I can't promise you success either way, but own the choice you make. Because if you continue to be confused or sit there and think that things are just going to fall into place or just get better when you know damn well the situation sucks, then you're going to create misery for yourself tenfold. You're going to get the ugly side of Saturn. Things are going to get harder. No regrets. You can't regret it. Even if you do decide to stay in a situation and you know it's jacked up, you can't have regrets. You have to make the best of it. This is not a situation where, oh, I didn't decide the right thing, so I'm stuck. And you're never stuck. I'm just speaking energetically wise. It may be harder for you to get out of that situation if you decide to stay in it. You may experience blockages if you decide to stay in it, but it's not impossible for you to get out. You have to work either way. You cannot avoid the process. You cannot avoid the one foot in front of the other, no matter what you decide to do. Okay, you can't avoid it. So there is no more just sitting and thinking that other people are going to get their shit together. Don't wait for nobody to get their stuff together. Please, please don't do that to yourself. Okay. We cannot sit there and oh, yeah. Right now, if you have your stuff together and you're going places and you're, manifesting like a boss, but you have people in your life that are confused, you need to protect yourself. Spend less time with them, especially if they're family members or friends. Just spend less time with them until your manifestation is solid. Don't really have too many conversations with them, because there's people, again, that are choosing not to make decisions. They're choosing not to make decisions, and then they're coming to you wanting to complain, coming to you for advice that they really don't want, because they really don't plan to make a decision, and it's kind of just sandbagging you. So right now, it's very, very important for those that are manifesting and seeing results in it, you're in creator mode, to not allow confusion into your life of any kind. You can love them from afar. Hey, I can't talk to you right now because I need to close on this house, or I need to make sure that this purchase goes through for this car. You know what I mean? Hold your vision and don't let nobody come in with their crap, with their confused crap, and jack you up. Okay? This 22 energy, this master number year, is making everything real. So this is no longer time to play around, or this is not workshop time. We're not in a workshop. We're not pretending. We're not so-called imagining the way that society defines imagination. No, you're creating now. You're creating and things are real. So speaking a certain way matters. Thinking a certain way matters. The company that you keep, another Capricorn thing, matters. Okay? So there's a lot of having to let go of people that want to continue to be a hot mess. You're not judging them. You're allowing their independence. They can't come in your house talking crazy or being messy and all this and that. This is, again, you being the authority. Okay? Because you're building something very important, something that's long term. And if in the beginning you allow confusion, your foundation is going to be jacked. Okay? So if you have to be a butthole, then be one. Okay? Because right now you don't have the time or space. Like, your whole empire will be tarnished if you allow hot mess energy around you right now. There will be cracks in your foundation. Some people need to be on hold. Some people need to be completely let go. Okay? Know what you want. Don't be confused. You're creating right now, and you're about to see things and experience things on a very real level. Things that you didn't think were possible. The number 22 rules systems. Okay, it's the master builder. We're not just talking about structures and buildings. We're talking about whole systems changing. So if you thought you couldn't buy a house, try it this year. Okay? Try it anyway. Systems are changing, and more opportunities are going to be available to people who couldn't have them before. Processes are going to be changing. Like, if you thought something took 2 years, it may take 2 months. Like, you don't know. It's a blank slate. Okay? Yes, we have a whole bunch of distractions and drama going on, a whole bunch of fear energy. Why? Because you have the potential to manifest like a boss. Of course, there's going to be an influx of fear energy trying to keep you scared and in your place. Another thing I wanted to address is being humble. take it or leave it. Okay. Right now, you do not have time, energy, space to be humble. And I'm speaking from a societal definition. Okay. You can be grateful. You practice gratitude all the time. When you do your meditations, you're grateful for what you already have. But when you're manifesting, you cannot be humble. And let me explain why. Okay. If you want $1,000,000, please try to refrain from thinking about what you're going to do for your mom, your brother, your sister, your cousin if you get the $1,000,000, because what you're doing is you're watering down the energy. Get the $1,000,000 first, and naturally you're going to share it with whoever you intend to share it with, or do whatever you want to do. Focus just on, this is what I want, come to me, because I'm the creator and I'm powerful enough to bring this to me. Because the moment you start to think about who you want to give the money to, you're literally giving your manifestation away. And if you notice, if you pay enough attention, you'll start to see here and there their luck will change, because you're over here trying to manifest $1,000,000, and then you're upset because your cousin got a new car, and you're like, why is this not working? Again, one foot in front of the other. You need the $1,000,000 before you can disperse it. You already know that you intend to help other people. Well, when you're freaking manifesting and planting the seed and laying the foundation to bring something in, just know what you want. That's all you need to do. And all the rest of the work has to do with you maintaining emotional balance, being grateful for what you already have. So now you see why being humble and paying homage to certain things, people, places, and all this and that, you're already coming from a place of lack when you do that, and society created that. Okay? No. I want this, period. You're already the person that is loving and caring and of service. You are already that. So it's already a given that you're going to disperse it. You're going to receive to impart. Okay? So just sit in your heart space. Be grateful for what you want. For what you have. Okay? And treat your things, treat your family, treat your loved ones from a place of love. Put your intentions out into the universe, and then come back to focus on what's right in front of you. Okay? And don't involve everybody and anybody in what you're manifesting. Okay? I tell people all the time, when they have issues manifesting, is your house clean? Is your car clean? How are you treating the people in your household? You know what I mean? How are you being of service somewhere? Are you volunteering? These are the things I ask immediately when somebody is having issues manifesting. Because again, Capricorn energy is all about practicality. Okay? So I just think that it's better just to be than to try to act out these defined words like humble. Because, when you think of the word humble, it's not a state of being, it's an action. And it's an action that comes from a place of lack. I'm not worthy. Your humble servant, or I'm humble. This is why I don't ask for a certain amount, because I'm humble. That comes from a space where you're probably just trying to manifest for personal reasons and nobody else is involved. Well, I don't want to ask for too much because, I'm afraid that I'm going to be judged, or I'm afraid that all of this fear energy. You know where I'm going with this. You don't want too much of something because you feel like you don't deserve it. You feel like it's not for you. It's because you're probably trying to manifest from a personal space and you're not thinking about anybody else. But if you're already in a state of being where you already know you're going to receive to impart, then you don't need to be humble about what you're asking for, especially if you're trying to do big things. Again, this is a big things year. So please think big. Think bigger than you've ever, think unlimited possibilities. Take advantage of this energy. Don't let the distractions scare you, because there will be plenty. They don't want us to manifest. They don't want us to put the furniture in the house that we just bought. They're hoping that we abandon the house. No, we moving in and we're making this house a home. This is our house now. What we say goes. We are the authority. Okay? So I'm done with my rant. I've got to go now. But manifest on, use this energy and fix yourself. It's okay to be scared, but go in and face that shit, because your emotions need to be in check. And you got work to get done. Let's get it done. Let's manifest. Okay? Y'all have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for stopping by Eccentric. My name is Josie, and I will see you soon.